People often ask, what is it like to grow up in care? I don't think there's one simple answer to this question, but I think I would best describe it like this.
Can you remember your first day of work, leaving the familiarity and comfort of home, travelling to an area you are unfamiliar with? Now you're in a new place, with new people you don't know. It can be hard to adjust, especially when everybody there knows each other and you're here, all by yourself, not really talking to anyone, but have people just talk at you. You feel unsettled and isolated. In the beginning, being in care is like this, but it is also like the end of the day. You have a mixed bunch of emotions, good and bad. Now you need to find your way home, but there's a diversion. Every time you try to get back to some kind of normality, the route changes, and that's what placements can be like. It becomes frustrating, like when you don't know if you're going the right way or when the next change will happen, but each time it does happen, it's very sudden, very frustrating, and upsetting. So what does a placement change feel like? Imagine what it would be like if you're told to take a shortcut through an alleyway. Every shadow and stranger is suspicious. In this one moment, everything has changed from trying to get home to just trying to survive the journey. When you finally get home, you get a sense of relief. But for children in care, you don't get home. You don't get that sense of relief. Every day is a fight for survival. Every day, I am a young person walking through that alleyway. Just when I feel like I'm settling or finally making progress with school, making friends and hobbies, the route changes and I feel like I'm making no progress, battling obstacles. So here I am again, in a new placement, with a new family and a new bunch of people.
The latest estimates are that there are just over 104,000 children in care across the nations that make up the UK, of which about 68,000 are in England. Each year, around 40,000 children and young people will enter the care system, and that's at a rate of approximately 100 a day. So that really puts it into context, and that is a record number now. So we have the highest numbers we've ever had in this country.
Looked after children are the last great civil rights struggle that never had a day one, because it's the only victim class who are children. They can't march, they're never going to chain themselves to the railings, they don't vote, they haven't got any money, they don't have lobbyists, the whole thing is cloaked in secrecy. Why on earth would their situation ever get better?
Only 6% of young people in foster care in the UK go on to university, and that's not because of any innate lacking in ability or intelligence of young people in foster care. That's really the system letting them down, both the care system and the education system.
Kids who are abused or neglected, what are they supposed to do? Somebody needed to stand up and advocate on their behalf. That's what First Star does.
The First Star Academy at St Mary's University has been set up to try and address that imbalance. The way we do that, we start working with young people at the age of 14 who are in care, and we support them for the next 4 years through their secondary education, so through GCSEs and A-levels, and develop a whole host of skills that are really valuable in higher education.
And part of the power of First Star is providing an environment where the 14 or the 16-year-old can look around them and say, oh, this is what a university is. these young people here, they look as though they're pretty splendid, and they're going to be architects and dancers and doctors and lawyers and all sorts of worthwhile things. Why on earth would I want to go and, sweep the floor in McDonald's as my highest expectation in my life? And I think by providing those role models, it's as though we lift off the glass ceiling and make it possible for our scholars to dare to dream.
It's impacted me in a way where I was able to kind of overcome my fear of failure and ended up passing most of my GCSEs, allowing me to be able to go to uni this year. So it's had an amazing impact on me, and I think without it, I don't even know what I'd be doing, to be honest, but it wouldn't be as amazing as what I'm doing now.
One thing that First Star did, especially with the help of our mentors at First Star, was kind of make it clear to me, like, you can go for the best unis. This is the one place where you can rely on having the monthly sessions, going back and seeing everyone, having something to look forward to, and knowing that you have people there that will support you no matter what. And it's just been a place that I've just wanted to continue working with, which is why Tina and I have become, for our training to become mentors for the next cohort that are coming in. So we're just really happy to be able to kind of pass on what we've been able to gain from First Star onto the next cohort.
As well, you don't really want to not be involved, you want to be someone too. So I like fighting for other people. Of course, perfect doesn't exist. So all the scholars, we fell out, we've become friends again. That's how family works. And I've always wanted to be able to be there for them and defend them, especially when it comes to debate and stuff. And I found out I'm quite good at debating, which is what you do a lot in court. So that's where the ambition of becoming a lawyer came from. And First Star helped me with that. We've had debate nights during the summer. 100% built my confidence. 3 years ago, I don't think I could sit on a call and speak to a group of people like this, especially without, stuttering and whatever. So it's definitely made me confident. It's definitely given me a motive for ambition. And yeah, that's all I can say.
These are splendid young people, as any young people could possibly be. They just needed a bit of a ladder. We say to them, it's a ladder. You climb up it and then you'll go to college. And then there's another ladder, and then you have a career and you have a family and you live a happy and productive life. If you fall off the ladder, we'll put you back on. That's what family does. That's what First Star does. You're the only one that can move your feet. You've got to move it rungs, and we're here with you every step of the way. I feel very strongly that unconditional love can be done institutionally, because institutionally in First Star means human beings running it, university that is hosting it, youth coaches, the director, the assistant director, and then there's this other lovely thing which we don't do. The young people, scholars do themselves, which is family is where you find it.